January 19th, 1929, Lafayette National Park officially renamed Acadia National Park. A change meant to better reflect the region's heritage and unique character. Leaders chose Acadia, a name tied to the area's French colonial past and the seafaring communities of the Northeast, while avoiding the confusion of other Lafayette place names. The renaming helped give the park a distinct identity that resonated with visitors and locals alike. Over the decades, Acadia has become emblematic of Maine, protecting rocky coastlines, forests, and peaks like Cadillac Mountain, anchoring tourism and supporting seasonal jobs in nearby towns. Until tomorrow, I'm Brian Sullivan.